Hi, so it's April 25th. I'm in my greenhouse here, in our heated greenhouse, and just gonna give a little update on where we are. The plants are coming along for us. We might be a little bit behind. There's our tomatoes here over my shoulder and some of our other house stuff. The main crops are still pretty small, but they are coming along. Here's the little sages. They just went out yesterday, so they'll stretch up pretty quickly. These were planted or seeded on the 13th, and it's the 25th now, so they've been up in the germination room for about 5 days. Our other herbs so far are pretty small. There's the oregano. It's kind of slow to start, so we started with that on I think April 5th and April 7th. And over here on the floor we have the peppermint that overwintered in the root cellar, so we have to take cuttings from that and stick them to propagate more. And then at this end, lots of oregano all over, and then at this end we have thyme. These here got a little leggy. We missed them by a day in the germination room, but these over here are looking really good. They've got a nice height to them and good fill on the plugs. We might have to do a little bit of thinning here. Yeah, right now we're sort of at that balance point of having to both heat the greenhouse at night and cool, so we're using this wood stove here, and then just burning slabs from the sawmill, so at least we have lots of wood to burn, and it's pretty much free other than the cutting. So I just increased the amount that the vents will open here. What we do is we just take our poker from the fire and just push up on the vent. I'm holding the camera here with the other hand, so I can't fully demonstrate. Push up on the vent to release the pressure on the cylinder. There's the cylinder right there, and then there's this little adjuster knob right at the bottom here. Just try to get a good angle on it. Anyway, you just screw that in a little bit so there's more pressure on the cylinder, and it'll push harder and open wide. This is what the roll-up side looks like from the outside right now. It's a nice shadow from the laundry in along the path here. There's all of the laundry. Anyway, yeah, you can see the cardboard tucked up underneath and some weight on it just to keep it down. When it gets warmer in the next days, then we'll actually start cranking that open. And I'm heading over to the other greenhouse. I'll just show you inside, see what that greenhouse looks like. So it's going to have to be cleaned out here in the next day or so. The sun's pretty bright in here, but yeah, a lot of stuff in here. So this is where we do our soil filling. Right there is the big tub where we sort of do the pre-mix of the two main kinds of potting soil we mix together, and then over there is the cement mixer. So we use that to mix in some earthworm castings from Annalita, and then there's the table with a bunch of flats and plug trays and so on that we are filling. Probably do another video on just how we do the filling. The first greenhouse, the heated greenhouse, is full, and there's probably about 20 trays or so to come from our germination room, so these are gonna have to go in here. I've also been doing some milling today, just trying to clear out some logs that were sitting in front of the mill and turning them into lumber, and I'm trying to make room so that I can mill those big logs that are sitting there still on the rollway. They are tamarack logs, and we're going to turn them into 6x6s to put our new greenhouse under. With the price of lumber right now, I mean, treated timbers would be better, but that's about $1,000 worth of timbers that we need. So with the sawmill here, I figure I can make that, and the tamarack should last a while anyway. I may regret that decision later, but that's the way we're going right now. Yeah, the pile of slabs is a bit large. I'm slabbing it off pretty thick because these logs have sat for a while. But it's nice to see the rollway clean now. And I'll just walk across the mill bed here. And over this way, I hear a quad coming. I think they're getting me for supper. Anyway, here's the tamarack logs. So some nice straight logs. They should make good timbers. Oh, here comes the supper call. Yeah, that was actually Elizabeth bringing me a beer, so that was really nice of her. It's definitely well after 5 o'clock. It's really nice to have all this daylight later in the day and be able to get lots of projects done. So yeah, that's the sawmill here, and that's the project for tomorrow, to get those logs squared off and turned into 6x6s. Because on Tuesday I have to head down to Calgary to pick up the greenhouse. So there's our new greenhouse, and yes, that's 2 inches of snow on there that fell overnight. So yeah, I drove down to Calgary yesterday, so about 10-hour round trip, so I'm a little bit tired today, but happy to have the greenhouse here. It's not even all there because there was a couple of pieces missing for the roll-up sides, so they're going to ship them up probably to Edmonton or Westlock. But we can get started on building the rest of it. I think this is going to be a little more of a project than I was expecting. I mean, it's sort of like an IKEA build, except that there's still a lot of holes to make, a lot of screws to put in. So it'll be interesting figuring this out. It'll be going over here, there between the green baler and the lumber pile. It's going to have to move some lumber and set up a flat spot for it. So stay tuned for that. We'll be showing that build over the next, well, hopefully couple weeks here. What do you think, Hazel?
What do you think about this snow?
Please.
Yeah, we can probably make a snowman later, eh?
Probably make a snowman right now.
Yeah, it's sticky enough. Go out in the pasture. We'll have a grass and snow snowman.
What do I think of this snow? It's April.
Yeah.
Alberta.
April in Alberta.
Just have to remind myself this is normal.
Yes.
And we can make snowflakes.
Oh, it's making snowflakes. The snowflakes are coming down. The advantage of the snow that we got this morning is that we're going to get some more water for our plants. We have a full cistern, or pretty full cistern, but we can always keep it topped up. So the water's running off the roof right now as the sun's coming up and running down into a big rain barrel, and then from there it's actually getting siphoned into another one. This kind of reduces the sediment going into our cistern, and then from there we have a siphon going over to the cistern, which is underneath the granary there. There's a 5,000 gallon cistern, and actually from there, when we need it, we'll use this Honda pump here to pump the water. And then just heading here around the barn, then we have a little holding tank right there, which is pretty full, and from there it runs over from the tank over into the greenhouse. There's a pressure pump in the greenhouse.
But she did fine. That's just she's skinny. But she'll be fine with just 2.
Yeah, they're sure big, those two.
Oh yeah, they're big. Especially this one. They're round. But she's old and she has trouble. She's got a huge udder. So. But she's good. She had triplets 2 years in a row.
There they are. Yeah. How long do you think it'll be for the last one to lamb?
Oh, tonight or tomorrow. She'll be, yeah. And the one that didn't get bred, I still keep looking at her udder to see if it grows, but I think she must have lost the lamb sometime, along the way, and then didn't get rebred.
Okay.
There's one open sheep.
Well, we still got quite a few. So how many do we have at the end?
We have 29 from 13 sheep,
Oh wow.
and in spite of losing 2,
Yeah.
and now once the other ones land, I expect twins. That sheep has always had twins, and she looks like twins.
What's that? What's in there? What are those?
Rose.
Rolls, yeah. What kind of rolls?
I don't know.
Where
Farm
have
rose.
where have you seen those before? Did Mommy use them in the herb shed?
Yeah.
Did they get stuck on the tea? On the tea boxes? What do you think's in it there? Wow, look at all those pretty labels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them were in the present.
Yeah, they were in the box. It's a present for the tea shed. Well, let's see if they're all right. Tomatoes look good. I think we're... Yeah, I think we have to start feeding them.
I mean, if we do it before they start looking like they need it, we maybe would. Oh, that one is great.
But because your vaccine patch shows up.
I got vaccine.
Nice. So did I. Okay, I'll wrap this one up here. Yeah, check back next week for more updates on how things are going with seeding. This greenhouse looks a lot better than it did a few days ago. And hopefully progress on the greenhouse, because we're going to need it very soon. May take a couple days to actually get this posted up, because our internet is out right now. One of the realities of being out here, so we'll have to get that fixed. But yeah, we'll try to see if I can do this regularly over the summer to let everyone know how we're doing here at Chickadee Farm.